The fields are quiet under a moonless Colorado sky, but danger lurks in the darkness. Sharp-tusked wild hogs tear through crops with a relentless hunger, leaving farmers facing an enemy that never sleeps. Every night, the rustle of corn stalks can signal a lone hog or a charging pack. For the farmers, the defenders of this land, every moment tests their resolve. With rifles loaded and traps set, they step into the darkness, knowing that one wrong move could cost them everything. Welcome to the world of wild hog hunting, where the night is filled with threats and a fight to protect the land they have worked for decades. The crisis began quietly as usual. During the day, a few trampled corn plants signalled danger, but by nightfall, entire fields were covered in feral hogs. 100 to 200 pound animals whose numbers swell by 30% in the winter, according to the Food and Agriculture Organization. The farmers turned hunters traded sleep for vigilance. Every noise in the dark raised the question, a hog or a herd? The hunters study the law to fight within its parameters, learning that in Colorado, feral hogs are an invasive species, can be hunted year-round with a valid permit, but night sites require a permit, and traps must be checked daily to protect other wildlife. As night falls, the hunting team moves with clear intent. Equipped for the speed and sharp senses of the wild boars, they carry 808 rifles to pierce thick hides, thermal binoculars to detect heat signatures in the dark, and steel traps baited with corn and molasses to lure the boars' hungry snouts. Tension fills the air as they approach a thicket, a known boar hideout. The dogs circle until a sharp bark breaks the silence, signalling the presence of the boar. A hunter steadies his aim, the night vision scope glowing green, and fires. The shot rings out, dropping the first wild boar. To ensure success in hunting wild hogs, hunters must prepare extensively for months before they begin. In addition to acquiring equipment such as thermal binoculars and night vision scopes, they must also hone their skills, master legal regulations, and understand wild hog behaviour. In Colorado, where wild hogs are an invasive species, hunting is allowed year-round with a valid permit, but the use of equipment such as night vision scopes requires a special permit.
Oh! Miss.
The use of equipment such as night vision scopes requires a special. This preparation time helps hunters ensure accuracy and safety, as wild hogs can be dangerous and unpredictable. Hunter selection in this area is rigorous, ensuring that they have at least 3 to 6 months of experience and are well prepared to deal with the dangers posed by these animals. Equally important are steel traps baited with corn and molasses, which are used to lure wild hogs into confined spaces. These traps, which are required by law to be inspected daily to avoid harming non-target wildlife, are designed to snap shut quickly when a hog touches the bait. These traps are often effective at capturing humanly inside the traps for hours. The debate over hunting wild hogs, especially at night and through trapping, has raged among organisations and government agencies in the United States. Some organisations such as the National Wild Boar Control Association and Colorado Farmers support night hunting and trapping as essential solutions to reduce the heavy damage caused by wild hogs. However, the Humane Society of the United States and other wildlife protection organisations have strongly opposed it. They argue that night hunting and trapping are inhumane and can lead to the overpopulation of wild hogs, ecological imbalance, and environmental pollution. These organisations call on authorities to ban these hunting methods, arguing that they are unfair and inhumane. Over the past 3 decades, the wild boar population in France has exploded from just 35,000 to more than 3 million. What's fueling this growth? An abundant food supply, which includes crops, garbage, and human waste. With no natural predators to keep them in check, this constant access to food has allowed wild boars to thrive and grow larger, posing an even greater threat to both agriculture and urban areas. The destruction is undeniable, but the real question is, how do we put an end to it? In 2025, France is mobilising a large-scale response like never before. Across the country, thousands of trained hunters, supported by 120,000 hunting dogs, are ready for battle. This isn't just a hobby, it's a matter of survival. In 2024, hunters successfully culled 900,000 boars. but the war is ongoing. The goal for this season: 1.2 million boars. First and foremost, every hunter must be licensed. To obtain this license, hunters must complete a 40-hour training course, which covers crucial topics such as gun safety, wildlife behaviour, ethical hunting practices, and the local regulations surrounding hunting seasons. But it's not just about having the right skills, it's also about having the right tools. Hunting wild boars requires specialisation as a high-powered rifle, typically chambered in calibers like the .308 Winchester. These rifles are capable of bringing down even the largest boar with a precise shot. Hunters must also be well equipped with the proper clothing and safety gear. Camouflage is essential to blend into the surroundings, especially when hunting at night or in dense forests. Protective gear, such as Kevlar vests, is worn to protect hunters from the boar's tusks in case of a close encounter. Thermal scopes and night vision optics have become indispensable tools for hunters targeting wild boars, especially during night hunts, when these creatures are most active. The ability to detect heat signatures from long distances allows hunters to track boars more effectively, especially in low light conditions. Drones with thermal imaging are also being used in some areas, allowing hunters to spot boars from as far as 1,640 feet away, covering large areas in a short time. Something else you should know is that when hunting wild boars with dogs, they become aggressive, and when cornered, they will fight back. Hunters must always be alert and watch for signs that the boar is about to charge. This is a high-risk game, and if you miss, you could find yourself facing a 300-pound wild boar charging at you. There have been at least 20 cases of hunters being injured in France, so this practice has been phased out and is no longer used. Instead, hunters must hunt at least 150 yards away from the boar . This hunt has also knocked down a large number of wild boars, but we still need to have humane measures to prevent it, so the French government needs your advice on new methods.
Wild boar hunting has become a major challenge in Texas, where hunters are fighting back against the invasive species. But what's driving the wild boar problem? The state's 267,000 square miles of forested and swampy countryside are the perfect refuge for them. Mild winters and long summers keep them active year-round, while crops like corn and wheat provide an easy food source. In addition, the region's abundant vegetation and lack of natural predators have caused the wild boar population to explode, costing Texas farmers $500 million, 0 cents, a year. With wild boar populations booming, wild boar hunting in Texas has become a high-stakes operation. The biggest change in preparing for this wild boar hunt in Texas is the use of thermal scopes. No longer relying solely on daylight or traditional wild boar hunting techniques, hunters now depend on this advanced technology to track boars in the dead of night. The thermal imaging allows them to spot the heat signatures of boars even in thick brush, where they would otherwise remain hidden. It's a game changer, allowing them to hunt smarter, not harder, by giving them a tactical advantage in the most challenging terrain. With the boars becoming more elusive, this new gear has become essential to success. On many hunts, you also need to know that mistakes in wild boar hunting are not only due to bad technique, but also due to natural conditions. Hunters must tread lightly, check for loose branches or dry leaves, and move into the wind to hide their scent. Rushing in excitement can spook wild boars, costing farmers $10,000, 0 cents of their savings on a hunt. The solution is to pause, scan the ground, and synchronize your steps with the group to avoid detection. One wrong move and the hunt is over before it even begins. The hunters had a new plan for the boar hunt. No more chasing. It was time to set the trap. After days of tracking, every hoofprint and footprint had been mapped to find the boar's favorite feeding grounds. A Jaeger Pro MINP's cage trap, 20 feet wide and 5 feet high, was made from steel plates strong enough to capture the boar. "50 pounds of corn were scattered inside, and motion sensors were wired directly to the phone, ready to send an alert as soon as the boar entered. Then, with a tap, the gate slammed shut. It cost $2,500, 0 cents to install, but one pull could save farmers a lot of damage. This is a battle with smarter tools. So, What would you do? Hunt them or trap them smartly? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Across Texas, the hunting of these animals is a hotly debated issue. Animal rights groups call it cruel, arguing that the 2.6 million wild boars knocked down each year deserve to be replaced humanely, not with bullets and traps. They point to the disrupted ecosystem, warn that hunting can harm native wildlife, and raise moral red flags. Viewers, where do you stand? Continue wild boar hunting or find another way? I believe that legalized hunting will ensure the natural balance. Farmers are fighting back and reclaiming their land from wild boars. But this is a warning to all hunters not to let their guard down and take further precautions against wild boar invasions.
Florida is facing a full-blown crisis with one of the most dangerous invasive species in the United States. Once largely confined to swamps, they are now invading suburban neighborhoods and coming very close to major shopping centers across the state. So far, more than 30 confirmed attacks on humans have been reported, including several involving people walking to their cars in shopping centre parking lots when the pigs suddenly charge. Signs warning of wild pigs are posted on Highway 98 and I-4, but to no avail. Fortunately, injured residents were rushed to medical care. Many believe a combination of urban sprawl caused the incident, abandoned farmland, and climate change that has caused the pig population to explode out of control. With no natural predators and the ability to reproduce rapidly, up to 2 litters per year, the pigs have become a problem. To combat this growing invasive species, Florida hunters are turning to precision tools like the 308 rifle. A powerful wild boar hunting weapon that can stop a charging wild hog with a single well-aimed shot. Completing a certified wild boar hunting course in Florida is mandatory. The wild boar hunting course, which typically lasts 8 to 12 hours and teaches tracking, firearm safety and key evasive tactics, has been linked to a 40% reduction in injuries among licensed hunters. Would you trust your instincts when faced with a 300-pound wild hog charging at 30 miles per hour? Florida's first wild boar hunting season began with a nighttime rush. Hunters took to the swamps armed and ready, and more than 1,200 hogs were taken down in the first 2 weeks. However, the chaos of low visibility night hunts, close encounters, and increased accident rates prompted officials to move the operation to daylight. Currently, only 500 daytime hunting licenses are issued statewide each season. The heat of Florida summers, combined with the dense humidity of the marshy terrain, makes every hunt a battle against invasive species and the environment. Small groups now wade through the marshes under the hot sun, wearing dark clothing to help dissipate body heat in the summer. If you have a more effective way to share with hunters to help them have a successful wild boar hunting, every contribution is valuable. Florida hunters have learnt the hard way that wild hogs don't play by the rules. Hunters have developed ambushes that avoid confrontation, and seasoned hunters now use a clever tactic of baiting the hogs with corn to lure them from the swamp into a designated hunting area they have set up in advance. This method has been used successfully for over 15 years and still works today. It is well suited to bow hunting, allowing hunters to shoot accurately from 30 to 50 yards without the noise and pollution of a gun. Is this the most ethical way to hunt invasive wild hogs in the modern age? This time, Florida hunters are not willing to take any chances with the wild hog problem getting out of control. So the state has launched one of the largest coordinated wild hog hunts ever, aided by GPS tracking technology to pinpoint the invasive species' exact location. Hunters are assigned to Big Cypress National Preserve and parts of the Osceola Wildlife Management Area, where group gun hunting is allowed under strict supervision. Each group must record their location within the marked boundaries and report the number of knocks down. If a hunter strays outside the designated area or violates the harvest limit, they face a $1,000, 0 cents fine, confiscation of their weapon, and a year-long statewide ban on hunting. This invasive species, with its aggressive nature and ability to reproduce quickly, has turned many Texas natural parks into battlefields. Tourist ranches that are popular destinations for visitors are now littered with uprooted trees and ploughed land. One rancher in the hill country said they were spending thousands of dollars a month on repairs, but the boars kept coming back. Campgrounds, a major Texas attraction, are not immune. Visitors are reporting encounters with wild boars, forcing many to cancel their vacations. According to statistics from the Texas Tourism Association, revenue from nature tourism fell nearly 15% last year, largely due to the impact of wild boars. The first step to combating wild boars is to identify their areas of activity. In Texas, more than 2 million wild boars are causing huge damage to agriculture. You need to look for traces such as footprints to determine where the boars appear. In particular, using surveillance cameras to record the time and frequency of their appearance at night will help you plan more accurately. Observation for 3 to 5 days will help you better understand the invasive species' habits and prepare an effective trapping strategy. To attract wild boars into the trap, you need to choose bait with a strong smell, such as corn, potatoes, or leftovers. The bait is scattered from the outside to the inside of the trap, with a lot of bait concentrated in the area where the trap door is activated. For the first 2 to 3 days, you should only leave the bait without activating the trap so that the boars can get used to it. When the boars lose their vigilance, you can set the automatic trapdoor mechanism. Regularly checking the trap in the morning will help you monitor the situation and not miss the opportunity to catch the boars. One of the advantages of trapping wild boars during the day in Texas is that the success rate is up to 60%, because they are often foraging for food during this time. However, wild boars are extremely cautious during the day and often hide in dense areas. Therefore, hunters need to check the trap mechanism carefully to avoid errors when trapping. If given the choice, would you choose to trap or hunt wild boars? trapping at night is more regulated than during the day. According to the Texas Department of Natural Resources, the use of automatic traps and night surveillance devices, such as infrared cameras and motion sensors, requires special permits and strict regulations. This is necessary to prevent encroachment on conservation areas. Statistics show that more than 250,000 wild boars are hunted each year in Texas, and a portion of that is due to trapping at night. Unauthorized trapping can result in fines of up to $10,000 or revocation of hunting licenses. What do you think of these regulations? If you agree, comment number 1. Finally, the collection of wild boars after trapping is an important responsibility to ensure that no pollution or environmental hazards are created. Additionally, fencing has always been an effective addition to a hunting strategy in Texas, helping to prevent re-entry of wild boars and protect agricultural areas. These methods must be implemented properly and by regulations to ensure the safety of the ecosystem. Whether this combination is the right choice or not, let Texans know what you think. With effective methods of hunting and controlling invasive species, can we ensure a balance between protecting agriculture and the ecosystem in Texas? On a quiet night in Pennsylvania, USA, starved wolves have begun attacking sheep farms. The sheep no longer showed any signs of life. Research shows that the average loss caused by wolves is about $150 per sheep. Total losses reached up to $24 million for the 160,000 sheep harmed across the United States. This event shocked the nation, leading to large protests. 50,000 people poured into the streets, demanding the government take urgent measures to protect their lives and property from ferocious wolves. The damage to the livestock industry is increasingly serious, so the American government and people have used hunting dogs to protect farms and livestock from wolf attacks. Hunting dogs are carefully trained to hunt down and chase wolves away from farm areas. Using them helps prevent attacks, but also helps control the wolf population in the area, effectively protecting farmers' property. In this video, you will see powerful hunting dogs equipped with GPS collars, an important aid to help hunters find them when faced with dangerous situations facing 4 to 5 wolves. These dogs are trained with sophisticated sniffing and tracking skills, especially the ability to work in groups and follow human direction. Statistics show that in the northern region of Pennsylvania in 2022, the number of wolf attacks on livestock decreased from 200 cases per year to only 100 cases thanks to the presence of hunting dogs.
Good shot.
Within 3 months, using hunting dogs combined with rifles destroyed more than 4,500 wolves in Pennsylvania. The place is considered to have the highest wolf density in the United States. In the US, in the state of Pennsylvania, to be granted a license to use a hunting dog, the owner of the hunting dog must prove that they are capable of caring for and protecting it during the hunting process. Each year, Pennsylvania issues about 170,000 hunting licenses to hunters. Of these, only a 2% to 4% success rate gets a license.
I got it.
In addition, a rifle license also requires hunters to strictly comply with regulations on safety and gun use techniques. Hunters must complete firearms safety training and be tested on their shooting skills before being licensed. This is to ensure the safety of hunting dogs to avoid unwanted situations that occur when hunters aim incorrectly.
These approaches have been great at stopping the spread of some invasive species. Got any ideas for even better solutions? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can all dive into it together. Thanks for sticking around and watching the whole video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And hey, be sure to tell your friends about us too so they can check it out. Bye and see you in the next video.